worked. I'm live. Hello, sound check. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Thank you, Boston Booty. I appreciate it. Love your name. I'm going to give everyone a few minutes. This is my very first live. We don't know what to expect. I'm so happy to be here. I've been talking about this for a year. So we're just going to give everyone a minute or two to see if anyone joins. Maybe nobody will join, and that's okay too. I'm new to this platform. I can't even tell who's here yet. Okay, so we're going to go slow, and I'm going to get used to the comments, and I'm going to get used to being on a live. Oh, thank you. You love my heart. Yeah, this is the command center. Everyone, welcome to my command center. It's not finished yet. In the process of redoing it. Need to hang that picture officially and work out some of the kinks. So let me see who's on. So I'm super excited to be here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce, I'm new to most of you. So since this is my first live, I would expect to be new. So I'm going to introduce myself. I'm going to take my time though and read the comments and get to know the platform a little bit. I have some things to share that could be a complete disaster, but at least I'll get the look and feel of this platform. Also, we are going to be talking this is going to be a short live. This is just going to be an intro to who I am and what the purpose of my channel is going to be, because it's to start off with, it's going to have a very special focus, and it's going to be on occult. So I want to make sure that I can share that information with you articulately. So I'm going to do several series on this topic because we have a lot to say, and I have a lot of people who want to come on the program and talk to you about their experience. But before we start, I need a disclaimer. This is my opinion. This is I'm alleging that twin flames is a cult. They tend to be litigious, so I need to be very careful in the language that I use. You will be hearing about my family's lived experiences, and because of that, I'm just alleging what our opinions are. So everything on this channel is my opinion. Another trigger warning, some of this, when I talk about twin flames, and I won't get into the details today, but when I do talk about the twin flames universe, there is some mental health, mental abuse, coercion, there's sexual connotation, forced gender transition. So if that's not your area, if that makes you anxious or nervous, or if you have a hard time with that, then skip to the next channel. This might not be the set for you. So before I start, let me introduce myself. My name is Cheryl Tupa. I also go by CyberChick in Boston. And Zach, that's not CyberChicken, it's CyberChick. And I have been married for 35 years. I have 2 sons who are adulting, and I have a precious dog that you will probably hear from periodically. I'm a cybersecurity professional, and I've been in the cybersecurity space for over 25 years. That's my full job. That's my full-time job, and that's what I do today. I have a passion for it, which is why when we talk about awareness for safety online, it's something that I care deeply about. So another thing, I'm not a content creator, so forgive me if this is bumpy along the way. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a journalist. Cybersecurity is my thing. So I haven't seen Zach. I don't know if Zach has made a presence yet, or if he's being quiet, which would be really unusual for Zach. So before we get started, I'm outside of Boston, Massachusetts, just outside in a suburb. And I want to talk a little bit about, well, first off, I'm going to thank Emily C. Emily C is a phenomenal content creator. You should go sub to her if you haven't already. She spreads kindness on the internet, which is really unusual these days. And she does it with a smile. And just watching her YouTube makes me feel better. Emily was kind enough to answer my 1,000 questions I had about StreamYard and about going live. Auntie Deb, who is also known as Jimmy, also helped me. He said in his first classroom over the summer, he teaches classrooms on YouTube, and they're really funny. And one of them, he said, "Why aren't you guys getting out of your comfort zone? Why don't you do things that you're afraid of doing?" And I thought, I've been talking about going live for a year. If you ask my friends, my family, my colleagues, I'm always taking down information saying that's going to be on my YouTube. That's going to be on my YouTube. As a matter of fact, I said to my husband last night, who has no idea what any of this means, that I was going live tomorrow. And his comment was, "Do you need me? Am I involved?" I'm like, "Nope, you just stay away. You're fine." So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to finally be going live. But those are some of the content creators that I've really enjoyed. I would also recommend, obviously, if you know of Turtle Boy, he has some significant charges that he's facing. And I think it would be really great if everyone joined his well, I'm going to call it a turtle club. He calls it a sex club. It's not a sex cult. He calls it a cult. And I think for the purposes of this YouTube presentation, I should stay away from the word cult with Turtle Boy. But it's $15 a month, and you really get to see the real Turtle Boy, and you get to see a different side of him, and it supports his channel. Okay, so how are we doing? Mark's here. Hi, Mark. I don't see Zach. And I don't know about give me 1 second just to scroll through the comments. Okay, so I'm gonna take a sip of water. Before I launch into Twin Flames universe and what happened to my family, I think it's really important for you to understand that what my family is like for a foundation, because I think that's sort of important to understand. Because if you told me 10 years ago I would be talking about a cult, or my family would be sucked into a cult, I would have thought that would be impossible. How could that be? I didn't even know they really existed. I saw them in documentaries. But then it happened to us. And we actually were featured in a documentary, and it was called Desperately Seeking Soulmate, Escaping Twin Flames. It came out 2 years ago in October. It's on Amazon Prime. There's 3 episodes in it. We are the family from Boston. We're in about 10 minutes of each episode. There's also another series on Twin Flames universe on Netflix that was really good. I think it's called Escaping Twin Flames. Really good educational documentaries if you're looking for something to watch. But either way, we're going to go through it. I have 7 years worth of content to go through in terms of what we've been through, and we'll do it in a bunch of episodes. Again, this is just an intro episode. But to give you some sense of the family that I come from, I'm the youngest of 5. We have four girls and a boy. We're all professionals. My brothers are a barber. Myself and my sister are in cybersecurity. 2 sisters are nurses. 3 of the sisters live in the same town. We put 9 cousins through the same school system. We vacation together. We spend holidays together. We have pitch night. We have documentary nights. We're close. We see each other. We like each other. We support each other. So to have this happen right under our noses, as you can imagine, was just terrifying. And that's what I really want to get across to everyone. If it truly happened to us, it could happen to you. So the goal here is awareness, but also over the summer, the FBI raided their compound, and we don't know where that is. I don't know where that is in terms of prosecuting them, but anything we can do to help prosecute them would be phenomenal. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring other people into the fold, people who are associated with Twin Flames. If we can prevent your family from going through this, the target audience is older teens and young adults. That's when they're vulnerable. And what is Twin Flames universe? So Twin Flames universe was created by Jeff and Shalia. They've had several different names. I forget what their last name is, honestly. I'll get some more content. I think they initially were Aeon, and then they went Divine. They changed it. Now it's something with an E. That's not their real names. They met and decided, hey, we can, what we have to offer is spiritual guidance. We are the second coming of Christ. We are connected to God. We can see who your soulmate should be. So they took the concept of twin flames, which is a concept that people believe in, but they took it to the next level and said, you pay us money and we will find you your soulmate. We will guarantee you will meet somebody that you are meant to be with, that will take you to the next universe. So what they did in 2017 is they officially created Twin Flames Universe. And the thing about creating a religion is it's tax-free because you're a church. They charged gobs of money for coaching, for promising a soulmate, for classes. This is all alleged, by the way, and this is all my opinion. I'm going to let you guys decide if you think it should be a cult or not. But in my opinion, they're a cult. But that's my opinion. They consistently raise their prices. I think courses, you could spend anywhere from $5,000 up to $15,000 for courses. And when they had a significant membership, it's a private organization. I can't get my hands on how many members they have. Their Facebook site says they have 100,000, over 100,000 members, but then they have private sites that range anywhere from 5,000 members up to tens of thousands. Their YouTube channel has tens of thousands of members. So we're not sure how many, and people fall in and fall out. So they at first started off really lovingly, like, hey, you're going to find your soulmate. And in order to do that, their first path at this, and I'm summarizing it, is whoever you think your soulmate is, that's probably it. And you need to go get him. I don't care if they're married. I don't care if they're not interested. You stalk them and you follow them. And it's insane. And when that started to backfire with lawsuits, because people were like, yeah, I don't like being followed by these people, they had to come up with a different way of dealing with it. And so what they decided to do within their own group was, you were all drawn to this community for one reason, finding your soulmate. You have like minds. So you know what? That means people within this community should be paired up. So they started saying they were having these these visions. And what the visions did was they would say, oh, John, you're supposed to be with Samantha. And they were like, John and Samantha were like, yeah, no, there's no chemistry there. No, that doesn't sound right. And then they started getting angry. They started saying, no, you will be with Samantha. And when Samantha and John, I'm just using them as examples, pushed back, they would get nasty and say, why are you fighting this? This is why you can't find true love. You're blocking it. You need to do the mirror exercise. Okay. So after Zach, you're so funny. Hi, Zach. Welcome to the show. It's not CyberChicken, Zach. I know I've been talking nonstop. I'm sorry. I'll take a break and read some of the chats. It's not CyberChicken. It's CyberChick. I'm not doing a call-in show. My gosh, I can barely get live here. What was I saying about Jeff and Shalia? Well, you know what? Let me show you how they acted. Okay, this is going to test my technical abilities, which I absolutely love to do on a live stream. I am going to share. And Annie Elise did a stream a year ago, and I just found it. I wish I found it earlier, and I hope she doesn't mind. Is this legal to share someone else's content? Take a listen to just a quick snippet. Put in the chat if you can hear it. So they're on camera. Can everyone hear that? They're on camera, and I paused it right now. They're on camera saying, talking to people that they forced to be together who clearly do not want to be together. I'll play it again. Hold on, I have to share it again.
I want to keep being happy, and I never run away.
You're not happy. You are numbed out. You cannot be happy without your twin flame.
But I am happy.
Sophie, I've had about enough of your disrespect of me.
It's getting pretty old.
Well,
I will not be abused by you, Marie-Sophie. You don't know better than God. And you must surrender to him.
So going from 100.
Thank you, Annalise, for letting me share that. So so they get mad at people and they say, you're blocked. You're blocked, so you need to do a mirror exercise, which is really stupid. We'll get into that in another episode. Sorry if you like mirror exercises, but you could tell we have some PTSD from this trip. So next up, so that wasn't going so great, because what happened, this community, it was 80% young adults, women. They were women. So what's the next step that they have to do? They have to pairing women to women. The problem is Twin Flames is built on a male masculinity and a female version. So now what they did, and this is what they did to our niece, they said, oh, you're paired up with Gretchen in California. And she's like, I'm not a lesbian. I have nothing against them, but I'm not. I like men. No. Gretchen is a male trapped in a female body. So they started pressuring sex transitions, which is insane. So you can imagine now how my family is dealing with this. So I'm not going to go into too much more detail on Twin Flames universe, except to say it was really a shock to us. So Brianna was, and I'll invite my sister on to talk about my niece Brianna, because she is just fabulous. And luckily Brianna is on the other side of this, but there's a lot involved with this case, with all these cases. When Brianna first typed into, the Google search looking for my soulmate, and this is how they get you. They get the young adults. They get them when they're questioning their future, their place in society. Being 20, being 22 is a hard time in life. And they suck them in, and they just suck them immediately into a rat hole. And what I've learned is they get you when you're vulnerable, but they really thrive and they're successful when you have a strong, really fierce personality, because once they suck you in, you're so strong-headed, you don't want to come out. And you just keep going deeper and deeper. They control your mind. They control what you eat. They control how much money you give them. They control, they keep you up all night working for free. So at first, Brianna was really excited. She was doing great. Brianna was a teacher. She decided she had enough teaching. So I got her into cybersecurity. She was doing phenomenal. She just put that into Google. And over the course of a year, we weren't even concerned yet. I mean, her brother, she was living with friends, and her brother came to us, said, a little concerned about what Brianna's doing online. And we were like, stop picking on your sister. We had no idea. Like, don't pick on her. She's happy. She's doing great. Never thinking there was a cult lurking behind what Brianna was working on. And it wasn't until the day, it was March of 2020, when the world was shutting down for the pandemic, when she showed up at her mother's doorstep and said, can you watch my dogs? Jeff and Shalea had a vision. I'm going cross country to be with a man trapped in a woman's body. That we just started, okay, we need to investigate. And we did. And in the following episodes, I will follow up with how we contacted the FBI, what's involved with trying to bring down a cult, the fight that we put up, how we reached out to other family members who we're still talking to today. And I just think it's a great story for awareness. So I'm going to use this platform to tell our story. I'm going to pull in my family members when appropriate. And hopefully we can bring awareness to this topic, and hopefully bring the motherfuckers down, honestly. Allegedly, whatever words I need to use so that they don't sue me for that. So I'm going to pause and see how the chat is doing. Yeah, this is my family, Zach. It was my niece. And we're really a close-knit family. What were you late, Zach? Did you miss the intro? Go back and listen. Yeah, we are in one of the documentaries. As a matter of fact, I'll post them later. So there's 2 documentaries, Netflix and Amazon Prime. We're in both of them. So I plan on spreading the word of this a lot more in upcoming episodes. Does anyone have any questions or anything that I can answer right now? I just wanted to get my first live done. Could you hear it? Was it when it was playing? Did you hear the video? I'd never tried that, so. And these comments are really strange. They're very slow. Maddie, I agree. Yeah, so it is my family. And we will continue this. So this was perfect. This was a lunch. I'm in the middle of lunch right now. This was a lunch live. I plan on doing, oh, Emily's fabulous, isn't she? Everyone go subscribe to Emily. Yeah, so this is my first live. We're going to be doing a lot more. And actually, Emily has offered to have me on her show as well to spread awareness. So, yeah, that would be great, Zach. I would appreciate it. Anything that we can do to spread awareness, I would appreciate it. It's been fabulous joining this lunch live. 20 minutes was perfect for the first one. I'll have to follow up with some of my family members to see if there were any technical issues. 17 people. I'm happy. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.